Well, it's now been almost 5 years since the North York van attack that left 10 people dead and many more injured, changing the lives of victims' families forever. But out of the pain, there is also some hope that their loss can prevent a situation like this from ever happening again.
So joining us live now in the studio is Nick D'Amico, the brother of AnneMaries D'Amico. Nick, thank you for joining us this morning. I know it's been 5 years since that horrific North York van attack, and you lost your sister. So I want to say sorry to you once again for your loss. But as you reflect on this day, what emotions are you feeling?
Well, it's always a tough day for us. It's something that maybe gets easier to kind of work through, but those emotions are still there. It's still a tough day. It's still a tough week. It's a tough month, to be honest, to kind of get through it. It's a build up more than anything. So it's something we have to live with every day. It's something we just try and work through as best we can.
And Nick, I'm sure this helps you manage and cope. The fact that you're keeping her memory alive, her spirit alive, the passion that AnneMarie brought to this world, of course. And you've got a couple of events planned coming up over the very near term here that are sort of going to help not only establish her memory, but also sort of work towards her legacy as well here. Why don't you tell us a bit about what's going on with you and the foundation right now?
Yeah, thank you. No, today's a special day for us. Today's at the Toronto Catholic District School Board has recognized April 23rd, which because it's on a Sunday, we're doing it on Friday this year. This is the first year we're doing it. It's the AnneMaries D'Amico Day of Kindness and Love. And it's just a way for the kids to kind of understand that kindness and love is something that propels us and kind of brings us forward. So this is going across all the Toronto Catholic schools across Toronto, and it's just a way for kids to kind of really start from the grassroots level to kind of learn what it means to be here for one another and treat each other with kindness and respect and love.
And Nick, I understand that you're also having a high tea with AnneMarie this Sunday, June 4th, and you're trying to raise money for that event to go towards women and children and certain shelters, because we know that 8 of the 10 people killed were women in the van attack.
Yeah, we've set a goal to raise $1 million. We hope to get to it this year. We're over 800,000 now, and our event on June 4th is our second year we're doing it. It's called the High Tea with AnneMarie. It's just an afternoon on Sunday down at the Old Mill to kind of get together and be social and kind of just enjoy a great afternoon with people who are sharing in our cause and trying to raise money. So if anyone wants more information, D'AmicoFoundation.org is where all the information is for that.
Nick, I love the picture we just put up of your sister at some sort of a high tea event, in the past here. Yeah. What did she really relish in that kind of a thing? Like, what was it?
Oh yeah, she loved that. Like she spent. There's a hat there. She spent I don't know how long putting that hat together.
It's amazing.
Like she loved it. She wanted to do it, and she wanted to go all out. And that was just her attitude. That was just her way of life. Just go all out and just kind of, bring happiness and bring her spirit to others. And that's what that is. And that's what we're trying to do on June 4th as well, and today.
Yeah.
Nick, I'm just curious, when tragedy happens and one this big, did you ever reach out to the other families that also lost people? Have they come and participated in any of the events that you guys have put on?
We've spoken, like it was a criminal process, so there's been a lot of communication back, at least in respect to the criminal process, and everyone grieves in their own ways, so it's, no one's intruding on anyone else's grieving process, even 5 years later. We do kind of keep in touch from time to time, but I think, this is something that we've all felt together, but I think we're all kind of doing we're handling it in our own ways.
And I'm assuming, Nick, that by doing this, having the foundation, keeping AnneMarie's name and spirit alive, that must help you as you cope and manage this. Even 5 years later, it must seem like a blink of an eye to you, though.
That's really what it is. For us personally, like we're here to try and raise money, and we're here to try and do good for others and carry her legacy. But as a family, we're really trying to do the best we can to work through it. And it's not an easy process. And doing things like this, it just propels us to kind of keep going. It propels us to keep, being positive, and just reinforces and, stabilizes us to kind of just keep going. Like life does carry on, unfortunately, and we have to find positive ways to kind of move forward, and we're just trying our best.
Yeah, and that positive way is kind of ensuring in your own way possible that her death was not in vain. Very quickly, before we let you go, Nick, can you talk about kind of some of the positive stories that have come out of establishing the AnneMaries D'Amico Foundation?
Well, I think the biggest thing is there's just so many women and children who are feeling the positive effects of what we're doing, and I think that's the big thing. We've partnered with the North York Women's Shelter, and they're just doing unbelievable work. Today, especially, the AnneMaries D'Amico Day of Kindness and Love, the first one, is going to be huge. To have kids rally around, positivity and love and energy, and just, you know, we don't have to think about the day, April 23rd. We could think about this now. We could think about what we're trying to do, how we're going to try and change the narrative, and how we're just going to, you know, be positive and really care for one another. That's really what today is all about, and that's probably the biggest positive you can pull out of anything like that.
Well, congratulations on achieving this, because this has obviously been a difficult day, but I mean, really appreciate this. Nick, thanks for coming in. Nick D'Amico, of course, the brother of AnneMaries D'Amico. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.